Hi guys, let's talk about cube of binomial. So let's have quantity a plus b cube, okay? So we expand it as follows, or we evaluate it as follows. So we have the cube of the first term, and then 3 times the square of the first term, and then times the second term, and then 3 times the first term, and then the square of the second term, and then cube of the last term. Okay, so it's represented by a cube plus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared plus b3. Let's go to some examples. Let's have the first one. It's quantity a minus b cube. Okay, so let's use this one here at the top. Okay, so let's cube the first term. Okay, and then we multiply 3 times the square of the first term, so that's a squared, and then the second term, negative b. Okay, I'm not putting the operations just yet because we're going to evaluate this one. And then 3 times the first term, which is a, and then square the second term. Okay, so that's b squared, and then cube the second term, so that's negative b cubed. Okay, why negative b cubed? Because negative times negative, positive times negative, negative. Okay, so now let's evaluate these ones. Okay, so a cube, so multiply 3 times a squared times negative b, that's negative 3a squared b. And then 3 times a times b squared, that's positive 3ab squared. Okay, and then copy negative b cubed. So this is your answer. Okay, for number 1. Okay, how about number 2? Let's do it again. So we have 2x cubed. Okay, and then 3 times 2x squared, 2x quantity squared times y, and then we have 3 times 2x times y squared, and then cube the last term, so that's positive y cubed. Okay, evaluate, so 2 cube and x cubed, so that's 8x cubed. And then 3 times 2x squared, so that's 4x squared. Okay, 3 times 4x squared times y, that's 12x squared y. Okay, and then 3 times 2x times y squared, okay, that's y squared. So plus 6x y squared plus y cubed. Okay guys, so that's your answer. Okay, next we have number 3. So we have 10a quantity cube plus 3 times the square of the first term, okay, times b, so negative cd, and then plus 3 times first term 10a times negative cd squared, quantity squared, plus negative cd cubed. Okay, evaluate, so 10 times 10 times 10, what's the answer guys? So 10 times 10 times 10, I think that's 1,000. Let me just double check. 10 times 10 is 100 times 10, that's 1,000. Okay, 1,000 a cube. And then this one, 3 times 100 a squared. Okay, correct? 10 squared is 100, a squared is a squared. So 100 a squared, and then negative cd. So if I multiply this 3 times 100 a squared times negative cd, so that's negative 300 a squared cd. Okay, guys, hope that's clear. And then plus, so 3 times 10a times negative cd squared is positive c squared d squared. Okay, so 3 times 10a times c squared d squared, that's positive 30, correct? 30a c squared d squared. Okay, and then this one, negative cd times negative cd times negative cd. So negative times negative, positive, times negative, negative. So negative c cube d cube. So minus c cube d cube. So this is your final answer for number 3. Okay, sorry guys, I used a big number here. That's why we've got 1,300. Okay, and then last one. So negative 3ab plus 9 quantity cube. Okay, so use this as the guide. Okay, so a cube, so that's quantity negative 3ab quantity cube. Okay, plus 3 times a squared, so negative 3ab squared times 9 plus 3 times a, or the first term, negative 3ab times square of the second term plus the cube of the last term or the second term, 9 cube. Okay, so evaluate this one. So negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3. So negative times negative, positive. Positive times negative, negative. 3 times 3, 9. Times 3, 27. So negative 27 a cube b cube. Clear, guys? Because it's all negative. So negative times negative, positive times negative, negative. So negative. Okay? Negative 27 a cube b cube. And then we have 3 times, what's the square of this one? So negative 3 squared is positive 9 a squared b squared. Okay? So 3 times 9 times 9. So I'll use the calculator. 3 times 9 times 9. So that's 243. Okay, positive 243 a squared b squared. Okay, and then 3 times negative 3ab times 81. Okay, so 81 times 3 times negative 3. Okay, I'll just double check, okay? Or 81 times 9. That's the same because 3 times 3, 9. Okay? So, 721, okay? Sorry, 729, okay? Negative because of this, okay? Positive times negative, negative times positive, still negative. So, negative 729 AB, okay? Plus 9, what's 9 cube? 9 times 9 times 9. So that's 729. So this is your final answer. Okay, big numbers, guys. Okay, so that's cube of binomial. Okay, so if you remember this formula, then you won't be lost with your cube of binomial. Okay, so this one, answer this one on your own, okay? So you have 3x minus 10y quantity cube. What's the answer? Okay, so we'll have the answer next time. So thank you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.